in your amazing world and in everything you've seen and everything you've done, which is pretty big,
Mm-hmm.
if there's only one thing that you could magically wand and improve in the
Oh, wow.
industry, in the technology, not going humanity, let's just say industry and technology. Let's keep it
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
What would be that one thing you would choose to
Wow.
fix? I know.
That's a big question.
I know.
So what's the one thing
Well, you
I would
said ask a big
fix
one.
and or change in
Solve.
the credit union
Problem,
industry?
maybe a problem you would solve.
I think there is a growing need now for us to include the ideas of folks who came up from outside the industry to make us better. Right. And I'm the beneficiary of somebody who's been here 3 decades, right, in this industry. And I think today, the speed of the industry, the amount of change that's happening in the industry, I think we need to be very, very open. And I think for the most part, we are, right? But we need to really focus on including new opinions, bringing new people to the table, right? We used to always joke about, taking people from banks as they came from the dark side, right? And they hadn't been washed in the blood yet, right? But the reality is that to a certain degree, having some people focused from a pure bottom line perspective on our business isn't going to hurt. It's going to make our businesses stronger, right? And I think they can learn. From my experience, I've seen bankers learn how to be really great credit union executives, right? So I would say that while we have benefited from the enormous number of folks who have built this industry, built the organizations in this industry, I think the challenge for us going forward is going to be around really opening that up. And can we open it up fast enough and include the opinions of others to help us maintain speed, relevance, decision making, help improve the economics for our individual institutions? I think that's a real key for us going forward. How about you?
Yeah. My number one point, if I could just have a magic wand, and that would just be relevancy.
Mm-hmm.
And to all the points you said, the biggest opportunity that I see out there is that we stop thinking that we are a financial institution and we
Mm-hmm.
start thinking that we are a member service organization.
Right.
And stop think. I'd love us to see a beautiful opportunity to have a mind shift change that doesn't say what I can't do,
Right.
but what I can
Mm-hmm.
with what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Because it should be a balance of both. It should be a
yes,
balance of both, right?
yes,
We have business to do,
yes.
and because if we don't do business right, we won't be here for our members, right?
Nope.
But at the same point, we have to balance that with the important view of what cooperative financial principles we're founded on,
Right.
and
Because
I think that's valuable.
no, and to your point, not only is it the fact that we have um, kind of shifting, but then let's go back to that gorgeous collaboration. We
Mm-hmm.
all started, each credit union started with 5, 7, 8 people coming together and putting said money into said
Yep.
container, box, shoe box, metal box, whatever, right?
Yep.
Why are we not doing that today in the way that we can and
Yeah.
start really leveraging, because we are so much better together than we are
Yeah.
one. And that is a
Yeah.
freaking superpower I would love to see tackle relevance.
Well, especially as we have to address, the shrinking margins that we have, and we've got to be able to start looking at some of our back office operations, and I think this dovetails with what we're saying, right? We've got to look at some back office operations and say, how do we consolidate those into really great new QSOs, right?
Yeah.
And get people from outside the industry who are
Yeah.
experts in that thing. Whatever that
Yep.
thing is, maybe it's collections, maybe it's facilities management, maybe it's IT, maybe it's these other services, right? Get experts who are in that thing that make us better, right? Because as executives, the more at bats they have serving not just one credit union, but serving a bunch of credit unions, that means the talent is going to be much better, and the credit unions are going to get to where they need more quickly and more effectively in the long run. So
scale. They're gonna be able to scale.
and exactly allowing them to focus on what's important, which is serving the member, right?
Yes,
Serve
today
the
and
member. That's the
tomorrow.
important thing here. So